You shouldn't find no 40-year-old woman and she ain't got her together. Something wrong with you. My
That
brother bring
part.
home a 40-year-old woman, she ain't doing nothing but waiting on a man to take care of her.
That part.
I like that logic. So you should
Talk
have to
tough.
vet better. So then if a woman marries or has babies by a man with face tattoos and he don't want to be in the kid's life, he just want to go ahead and dip, right? Then we should just hold her accountable, right? Hey, look, you had babies with a dude with face tattoos. Don't go after him for child support. You should have vetted better. I like ideas like that. I tell women they need to pick better too. If you're a woman and you pick a man that can't keep a
I
job,
tell them both.
yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I think men
I
need to
tell them
vet
both.
better. I think we got to judge women with our eyes closed. We need to look if she ain't a woman that's after God's heart and you ain't got no business dealing with her at all. The problem I normally find with the ladies though is when we flip that around and we say, okay, so when you was dealing with Pookie or you was dealing with Daquan, and then he wanted to go ahead and fill up at the pump, and then he left you with some kids, right? Then we shouldn't be able to go after him either, right? We don't need to worry about finances with him. You're suffering the consequences of bad decision making, so pay the piper. Same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, then I'm cool with it. If what's good for the goose is what's good for the gander, then you got me on just on fairness.
Yeah, but when
Hey,
I'm speaking, y'all want to speak man versus woman. Now you want to bring up a woman, and I was not saying none of that. I was responding to the
here we
alimony
go.
shit. I don't even agree with alimony. I can't stand it. I think
See, and the interesting thing about these conversations, and I'm gonna just be real. Well, he made a valid point. Made a valid point, and instead of her addressing or even continuing the conversation based off of the point, the first thing out of her mouth is a defense of what she did or didn't say. I'm just saying, man.
it's taking care of a damn child.
Oh, you
You
said we
married a
did.
child, and that's what your result is. That's what you got to do for the rest of your life. I don't agree with it.
I
I
don't
never
know,
got a
man.
dollar in child support out of my divorce. I didn't ever put him on child support. If you ain't compelled to do it, and he was in the Air Force, if and just like Lady O said, that the state naturally tells the man to pay the child support. The only time the child support knows is when the person you married, the child you married, calls and says, my daddy's not paying for my meals and tells child support. Otherwise, it's still on my divorce decree that the Negro was supposed to pay every month. But you think I ever got time to call Las Vegas and Nellis Air Force Base or anybody? Hey, my ex-husband is not paying child support. No, I'm grown. I'm masculine. I take care of my shit.
Mm-hmm.
She is
Go ahead, Kia.
masculine.
Okay, so how this conversation started was um, asking, the question was, what can we do so that men won't be so afraid or like weary of getting married? I don't I don't know. We've been talking a lot about money, and it's like if most men are afraid of marriage because they think women are going to come after their money. I mean, I think it's a ridiculous claim. Most people make less than $40,000 a year. Most men do not have assets, like you know what I mean. Especially millennials and Gen Z, Gen X. You know, a lot of y'all, you know, getting your degrees, and you know what I mean. You're working up, you're climbing the ladder. Gen X is like the entrepreneur generation. Y'all have a lot of stuff.
What? That don't even make sense. So you telling me first of all, let's just be real. The average black man makes more than the average black woman. That's number one. Number two, number two, what do you mean? Just because a man so you understand that people in Generation X didn't start out that way and they had to build up? So that means that for people that are in Generation Z, Generation Y, the millennials, the people that are working to build their own thing for them wanting to protect it, they're the ones that should care the most. If we're being honest, I always say this. I don't care whether you're dead broke. Get a prenup. Protect yourself. Because if you're going to get married, It's not worth it. The woman can wake up and she can decide that she don't want to be with you anymore. And there's nothing you can do about it anymore. Nothing. I hate when these women get on these panels, or even in real life, because this is a real life thing too. And they sit up there and talk about, oh, well, you know, you're not rich, so you ain't got nothing to protect. Why you worried about that? First of all, a man having money don't mean that a man being rich don't mean that a woman won't take what he got. Just because he ain't rich don't mean that she won't try to take everything he has. Number one. Number two, it's his. It's his. If he values it enough to want to protect it and invest in it, then by God, dog, let him. Who are you? I hate this part of the conversation, man.
Going on, good job to y'all, but millennials and Gen Z like complaining or being afraid that women are going to take their assets. That's why they're afraid of marriage is crazy. And then yes, I do accept the fact that men benefit a lot from marriage, the most, some would argue, and the least from divorce. Women benefit the most from divorce. And women do tend to initiate most divorces, I understand. And someone brought up a point that that women, it was Lady Up.
Okay. Men do not benefit the most from marriage. They benefit the least from divorce, but they benefit the most. They do not benefit the most from marriage. That is a lie. That is a lie. That's a lie. They don't. They don't benefit. When you think about it, when a man, he has to pay alimony, most men make more than women. So in general, most women are not having to pay their husband's alimony. And the women that do usually in insane circumstances. Mary J. Blige. Or they married a Pookie and then they divorced them and then they wondering why it turns out that way. But in general, most men are gonna, by default, and this is courts, you're gonna be put on child support. The woman is gonna get primary custody, and you're gonna have to pay some type of spousal support or alimony in general. So I'm like, no, stop this. Men have everything to lose. Imagine this. You work all your life. You work, trying to build yourself up to at least a decent livable wage. You ain't rich, but you want to be. You got dreams, you got aspirations. Now you done broke through the 6-figure mark now. Now, the woman that you thought that you was going to go through life with and that you thought was going to be there for you, woke up one day and decided that you were financially abusing her. Oh, he's financially abusing me. Shout out to Lee. Yeah, borrow your voice. Oh, he's financially abusing me. She wakes up one day. She says, you're emotionally abusive. Oh, he's emotionally abusive. Oh my God. She decided that she want to fight you. You hit her back one day in a moment of weakness. Oh my God. Oh, he's beating me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was Lady O. You brought up the point that women,
what I do.
Dr. Lady O, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That women tend to initiate divorce more when it comes to infidelity. Actually,
it's not true. It's money.
It's no higher than any other divorce rate. Women initiate most divorces. So of course in that category.
Period. But still,
in that category.
Right, you're right. But I'm speaking. But I did the break.
It's not because of infidelity. It's because of money. It's because of money. Most women divorce their husbands because they're not making enough money because of financial issues.
Down specifically on those who are accused of infidelity. Women are still more likely to leave the marriage, and men are still more likely to stay.
In most cases,
that's true. I would agree with that. women are home wreckers. Women are more than likely to check out of the marriage. It's 100% true. Men will stick it out and suffer.
Oh, they are. Because men, like you say, women have more, they file for divorce more, men file less. Men do stay because of the kids, they file, they finances, things like that. See, what we got to understand as women, men do not want to leave their children.
But it is in
Okay,
general.
they absolutely do not want to leave their kids. They do not. They want to be in the same house with their kids. Trust me, I've been through a divorce. I saw how heartbroken my ex-husband was. I saw how torn up he was when I moved the kids.
Now, the caveat is they might have checked out on the marriage. They might be stepping out of the marriage. They might be doing all kind of other things. But in general, they still stay.
Baltimore, Maryland. I saw they do not want that. So men will stay in misery because of that. But even when it comes down to infidelity, I did the whole breakdown on it. When I'm talking about just not in general, but just in infidelity cases, men still are less likely to leave.
Yeah, but I don't know if I share the sentiment that some people just don't want to be a part of certain things. And I don't know if the reason why men are afraid of marriage, if marriage is the ultimate goal, I think marriage is beautiful. Again, like I said, I think people just like committing themselves to something forever because we're human beings and it feels good. But in cases where a partner falls ill, men are more likely to commit divorce. And I'm not saying this as like to play like statistical tennis, but I'm saying like I don't think the reason that young men are afraid to get married or don't want to get married is because of finances. Because most of us in these two generations.
You don't think it's because of finances. And you know what the irony is? Do you really want to know what the irony of her statement is and her even just her whole entire position? You're not a man. You can't tell us why we don't want to get married. I'm a millennial. You cannot tell us why we're scared to get married. You can't do that because you're not us. You're not a man. You can't even speak from your individual man perspective. Come on, man. This is just ridiculous.
Don't make enough money for that to be a fear. Don't really have
hold on. I just want to say one thing.
I don't think that's the reason why.
You realize it doesn't matter how much money the man makes. She's still going to take it. It is irrelevant. He could be making only 30 grand a year and it will still be taken.
Facts.
So it doesn't.
Facts.
You're using the stance of like, oh, well, he doesn't make that much, It'll still be taken. He can make 100 grand. He can make $1 million. He can make 30. He can make 50.
She'll just get another baby daddy and then stack on that baby daddy and then she'll stack. We seen these women. Some of these women got 4 or 5 baby daddies. Come on.
It will still be taken. It does not matter.
Give me
it
what you
doesn't
got.
matter how much money.
Right. Give me what you got.
I'm telling you right now. It does not matter. No, it doesn't.
It matters if she makes more money than him, and then they will take the money from her.
We're not talking about that anomaly. We're not talking about that anomaly. We're talking about the anomaly about the men's income. But majority of the time, the children end up with the majority of the time, the children end up with the mother, and he will still have to pay something according to what he brings in. It does not matter how much he brings in. He will still have to pay.
Look at Naomi caught him for trying to slide the goalpost. Good catch, Naomi. They tried to evade.
Afraid of marriage because of this thing. First off, I understand no matter how much money you make, especially when it comes to children, money is going to be taken away from you. I get it. However, if you make $40,000 a year, which most people do on average, why are you afraid that someone is going to marry you for the reason of divorcing you? I don't think that that's a rational fear to have.
I can respond to that. All right. Let me ask you a question. Do
what? I'm gonna let him cook first, but that's what?
Men out earn women?
Well, that's exactly what I said.
Okay. So do women date up in income or down?
Yes, most women date either horizontally or vertically.
Okay. All right. So
in education and in income.
No, they date horizontally as a bare minimum. Women will tell you this all the time. They will say you at least need to make as much as I make. You at least need to be as educated as I am. This is something we all as men hear all the time. Fellas, do we have any disagreement on that point?
No.
So the bare minimum is my equal, but preferable is my superior. Okay? So it doesn't matter is my superior. Okay? So it doesn't matter if the man only makes 40,000. He's dating a woman that's making 25 and she wants some of his money. That's the point mama is making.
Oh, that matters.
So the idea, and if you only making 40,000 and you making 3,000 and some odd dollars a month, and a woman wants to take 800, then that's a lot of money to you. So I understand what it is that you're saying, but it is so removed from context. It's so removed from the context that women date up financially. It's so removed from the context that men out earn women. It's so removed from the context that they're still taking money in proportion to what he earns, that your point is, with all due respect, completely irrelevant. It's a talk.
Facts. What did I say? In fact, she's not even qualified to make her point, but that's neither here nor there.
Talking point that women give back to try to make it seem like broke men trying to worry about what they got. Listen, as broke as a man might be, whatever he's got, he worked for it. Ain't nobody giving it to him because he's sitting on some ass.
Facts.
Ain't nobody buying him no drinks. Ain't nobody sending him no cash apps. If you're a man, you are living off your income. You ain't getting government snaps and food cards and 80C. That 85% of that money is going to women.
Hey, Wisdom,
so
what happened?
We have a different relationship with money than you ladies have. We only get to keep what we kill. Y'all don't really understand that. We have a different relationship with money than you ladies do. You get money from your brother, from your father, from some random man that's trying to holler at you. You get people to do stuff for you all the time as women. You can't really conceptualize truly the total solitude and independence of manhood. And this is why a lot of times these conversations, they can be educated.
That was very well said. Very well said.
Truly the total solitude and independence of manhood. And this is why a lot of times these conversations, they can be educational, but in terms of debating, I just don't even see why women debate it. You guys' experience of reality is so different than ours that you should be listening when we're talking instead of trying to act like you can educate us on something that you're completely removed from. It's ridiculous.
Stall her out.
Oh, well, that's what I call a good old fashioned fish fry. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, I mean, honestly, what more is there to say to that? I think that he really put that together really well at the end, because honestly, these women, they're not qualified to have this conversation, because how can you sit there and talk about why a man is scared to be married? No, if anything, you need to be having a conversation with the women on making sure that their partners, they are women worth marrying. Let the men figure out and handle. Let us deal with overcoming the fear of marriage. Look, I'm gonna just be real with you. I'm pro-marriage. I am pro-marriage. But guess what? I'm not married. So I'm not gonna sit there and try to educate married people on how to move and how to do things. You know? I've seen things that don't work. I can make observations, but I don't have that experience. The same way that a woman can never sit up and tell me why I shouldn't be afraid to be married, because she's not the one who has to deal with it. He's absolutely right. Women live off of men. The women that don't, even they do. That's a fact. So I mean, I'm just saying, it just he's right. It's like, why would you sit up and try to have this debate with a woman? Because you don't know. That's like me trying to have a conversation with you about childbirth. It doesn't make sense. You know what the key takeaway is? Women say the darndest. Oh man, they say the darndest things. Yeah, well, on that being Golly, got me discombobulated. With that being said, I'm JayyRedd Unfiltered. Thanks for tuning in. If you made it to the end of the video, make sure you like and subscribe. Share the video. Make sure, you know, get the algorithm out there, because, you know, the algorithm be hating on your boys sometimes, but we back in there. So go ahead, share the video, like it, you know, and we got a lot of things coming. Stay tuned. JayyRedd Unfiltered signing out.